You just need to do more of what you're currently doing. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but volume negates luck. Whatever your outreach approach is, if you're a sales rep or a sales agency owner, if you're doing outbound, probably just need to do more. If you're running paid ads, probably just need to do more. If you're taking sales calls or you have sales calls coming in, need to take more, or need to close more, or need to set more appointments, or need to have more leads coming in, more triages. It's just more. And that's what I want to break down in today's video. Every single approach that we currently have going for client acquisition for ourselves as well as our partners, and the level of volume each one of those requires. Email, paid ads, cold outreach and outbound, everything. If you're new here, my name is Boz Verk. I run revenuegrowth.io. We're a sales agency. We build and manage sales processes and sales infrastructures for 7 and 8 figure companies. And we also partner with sales reps in different verticals so we can help them build and manage sales teams and sales processes. Ideally, I want to be 25 to 30 verticals by end of this year and make a lot of money together with our partners. That being said, subscribe, like, share, all that good noise, and let's dive in. All right, so volume is king. Now, if you don't have access to a large audience of people who can buy your product or service or whatever it is you're selling relatively fast, then you will always have a growth problem. So I'm not sure if you're already aware, you should be aware, but attention is like the new quote unquote oil, right? And it should be treated as such. Once you get your audience's attention, you should never let it go. The rule of 7 applies here. Your prospect needs at least 7 hours of content or assets or written stuff from you in order to make a decision of buying from you, all right? Just to even decide whether you're the right person for them to do business with or not. So you need an audience or target market to sell your services to. And there's 2 main ways to get more eyeballs on your service, right? There's other ways, there's referrals, affiliate programs, but I'm just covering for sake of volume purposes in this video. There's 2 main ones. There's cold outreach. You or VA or setter reach out to X number of people every day, ideally 300 to 500, and you show them their pain points as well as the solutions to their pain points, which you have. Now, with this approach, you're going to invest a lot of time. If you're doing the outreach, you spend whatever hours out of the day to do that outreach. Or if you hire someone, whether it's a VA or a setter to do that outreach, you're going to have to pay them, whether it's per meeting booked or a commission of a closed deal, so on and so forth. Then you have paid campaigns. You pay a platform, Meta, YouTube, Google, LinkedIn, to get more eyeballs on your service, right? This approach, you invest money, X number of impressions or X number of click-throughs on your VSL for Y amount of dollars, right? So it comes down to you, what you have more access to. If you have access to a lot of time, do cold outreach. If you have access to a lot of money, do paid campaigns. But fun fact, paid campaigns will always give you faster market feedback, faster results than cold outreach. I'm not saying cold outreach doesn't work. It's actually the purpose of this video, but I will always tell you to, if you can, put aside a little bit of money, $1,500, $3,000 a month to run some paid ads. All right. Again, like I mentioned, there's other ways to get clients also, but for the sake of this breakdown, let's just focus on these 2. Now, our focus today is volume, mainly for those that do not want to pay any platform with money, but rather with their time. Volume at the end of the day will solve all your outreach problems. Do more of what's working, less of what isn't. So let's break down the absolute bare minimum KPIs. This is actually below the bare minimum, but I know some people don't agree with doing 200, 300 outbounds a day. So this is going to be super bare minimum on a daily basis to actually begin landing clients for your service-based business without spending money on ads. So the daily KPI summaries for outbound prospecting. Again, this is below the bottom barrier that I have for my team. So if you can't do this, don't be in business. Number 1 is 100 new outreaches per day. So any platform, but this is the bare minimum. Ideally, we want to be 300, 500 outbounds a day. You can buy accounts on Facebook, IG accounts, and hire a VA if needed to do this as well. We have access to people that sell us accounts for like 25, 30 bucks an account. We'll buy 10 and we do outreach of 20 to 30 per account, 200 to 300 outreaches a day. The reason is because each platform, they'll limit you to the number of outreaches you do on a regular basis before they either block you or ban you or whatever. So you just buy aged accounts, social media accounts, to do the outreach, whether it's you, setter, VA, whatever. Once you figure this out, once you've gotten this dialed in, your accounts are warmed up and you're starting to do 20 outreaches per account per day. As time goes, this builds with time, right? As your setter is sending out 100 outbounds every single day, you'll get 10 to 15 people respond daily, and half of them will be actually decent conversations. So you have to make sure your setter or your VA is actually following up. Minimum standard SOP is 7 days in a row. If they don't respond, then you can move the follow-up to once a week. But initially, it has to be 7 days in a row. Let me take that out here. Next, out of that, you have 10 to 15 conversations, right? Again, if your outreach framework and your opening DM message is good, you'll easily have 10 to 15 responses. I'm talking about out of the 100 a day, all right? And then you builds with time, you do more and more. After 30 days, you'll have so many 100 to 200 ongoing conversations. This is where your setter or you or VA will qualify the prospect before booking them on the call. You don't want to book calls just for the sake of booking calls or making a calendar look good. You want to actually have quality people. Make sure your DM setting framework or script is dialed in to move the prospect along the cold setting process as smoothly as possible. Okay. As they tell you, okay, yeah, this is something, one of my pain points, right? You hit them with the opening DM and you've nailed one of their pain points. They say yes, or whatever positive word they reply with. You want to send them your VSL. All right. Prior to sending the booking link, you want to send them your VSL. As you're having convos, every single person that responds has to watch your VSL or has to be sent out your VSL, your video sales letter. Now, depending on where you're at, you can either send them an evergreen VSL or you can send them a custom loom. Either way, you have to send them, marketing one to many. Now, around 65% of the people that you send it to will actually watch it. So if you send it to 10, 6 or 7 are probably actually watching it. And then out of that, 15, 25% people that watched will want to book a call. This is on the low end. Usually it can be 25 to 35%. All right. Again, your VSL has to be good here. And then for those people who watch the link, you send them watch the VSL, you send them the link. And then that's ideally how you book 1 to 3 meetings every single day. Now there's other processes that go into it. They have to have certain sort of some sort of sales process. You have to have something in place. They have to have a sales asset that they can review before jumping on your call, so on and so forth. But that's not the conversation for this breakdown. Conversation is just 100 new outreaches a day, what that can do for you. The problem that I've seen most people run into when doing outbounds is limitations by the platform. Everyone's okay doing 100, 200, 300 outbounds a day. You could overcome this in a few different ways. You just buy aged accounts. There's thousands of people that have social media accounts that they start and use regularly just to sell these accounts to creators and influencers. If you Google any one of your favorite influencers, I guarantee you there's so many accounts under their name and they're probably running all of them, or they have a VA setter running all of them. Now, the only way you get 5 meetings per day is by making the prospect want the meeting more than you want it, aka explaining what's at stake, what they could potentially gain from jumping on a 15-minute triage or intro call with our team. Very important. You get responses, you send them VSL, and then you send them the booking link. Okay, that's all we're trying to do, basically. You reach out to 100 new people, 15 of them will respond, 65% of them will say, okay, send me the VSL, send me the loom. You send it to them, and then you book a few out of those. That is all. You just do this repeatedly, and it's a hockey stick effect. It'll just compound over time. You'll never have to run ads. But again, you have to invest the time, or your setter has to invest the time, or you have to pay someone to invest their time. All right. Hopefully you got some sauce out of this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.